Georgia's education chiefs just did a 180 on teaching Black history after a public backlash that I'm sure you heard about. The state superintendent of schools, Richard Woods, announced that state funding will now cover the AP or Advanced Placement African American Studies course using an existing course code from 2020. You know, it's so funny when we don't have a code. We can't do. You can make anything happen, man. Anyway, this comes after Woods initially refusing earlier in the day to back the course, stirring controversy and accusations of suppressing Black history education. Now, in a move to kind of smooth things over, Woods clarified that districts opting for this course can just teach the AP standards and students can take the AP exam, ensuring that they get the same GPA boost, the same credit as other APA courses. Now, this was a workaround, and it was praised by a lot of people, including State Rep Jasmine Clark, who had slammed Woods' original decision to ban the course. I mean, he's banning bike. I mean, come on, y'all. The About Face followed similar AP course restrictions in Florida and Arkansas and other places, which added to the national debate. Now, Woods, while standing by his concerns about endorsing the full course, now leaves curriculum decisions to local districts, stressing community consultation. And in a place like Atlanta, that's important. I'll tell you why. The College Board, the nonprofit behind the AP courses, noted that 33 Georgia schools are already piloting the African American Studies course. AP classes ranging from math to fine arts offer high school students a chance to earn college credits, and the course finally joins the funded roster. We are at an extraordinarily interesting moment in history. And let me say, by the way, I don't know nothing about AP courses. I didn't take no AP courses. I didn't take regular courses in high school. I was not a good student. So I was in summer school more than I was in advanced placement. But I do know the power of AP and the value of AP. And too often, school superintendents and curriculum designers and other folk don't believe that Black subject matter, whether it's Black studies, whether it's Black history, whether it's Black literature, belongs. Or if it does belong, they see it as particular to Black folk and not universal. This is the fundamental problem with education. It's the fundamental problem with knowledge production in the West, is that we see white experiences as universal and Black experiences as particular. So we will have the entire world read about Anne Frank's diary, and we should. It's a powerful text. I mean, I love the Diary of Anne Frank, right? As a literary text and as a window into the human experience. But if Miss Seeley is writing to God and eventually her sister Nettie in The Color Purple, now that's just some Black stuff. You get what I'm saying? We make white experiences universal and Black experiences particular. And so the idea that Black history or Black anything can be part of advanced placement, which is supposed to be for all students, and really, it's really just for white students in a lot of ways. It's why they don't want it. They think that there's no substance to it. They think there's no value to it. They think there's no depth to it. They think there's nothing worth keeping track of in an intellectual context. And so they don't do it. But now there will be some daylight. There has been some progress. And so shout out to Georgia for making the About Face. The superintendent of Georgia schools is not doing it because he got religion. He's not doing it because he had a conversion experience. He's not doing it because he found a compelling or persuasive argument. Black folk got in his ass. And so now he's making a different decision because it's in his best interest. That's what organizing is. That's what activism is. And that's why it's important for parents to make these decisions about their own educational futures and those of their family, community, and their own children. One of the things that comes up in this conversation, again, is about who has control over curriculum. That has to be a local matter. The superintendent shouldn't be making all of these decisions for an entire range of communities. There are places where that history course should be front and center. There's also places where that history course should be available, but other things should be front and center. We have to be able to pivot among multiple centers. The Afrocentric tradition, the Afrocentric paradigm, as imagined, or the Afrocentric ideal as imagined by Molefi Kete Asante, is that we can have pluralism without hierarchy. Pluralism without hierarchy, meaning that we can have multiple people, multiple traditions, multiple narratives, multiple voices, all pivoting among multiple centers, as opposed to having whiteness at the center of everything. But that's what they want. And at a moment where the Trump administration could be returning, at a time where the Christopher Rufos and the James Lindsays and all these kind of new 21st century versions of the Mary Lefkowitzes and the Dinesh D'Souza's and whoever, who are all saying knowledge is Eurocentric. American Western traditions are what should be front and center in our culture and in our life. When people are saying that, and they're saying that, oh my God, critical race theory is going to destroy your life, and it's all over the world, and oh my God, Black literature, etc., yada yada yada. There are movements to ban our books. There are movements to silence our traditions. There are movements to literally criminalize certain forms of knowledge production. And so while that is happening, it's important that people, not just in states like Georgia where it's intense, but even in places like Pennsylvania or Vermont or Seattle, Washington, like even the most progressive places are often silencing and policing speech.